can't claim that matter is there. One is the object and the other is the knowledge of the object. If knowledge is not there, there is no discussion about the object. So naturally, we shall go with consciousness. So it is said in Indian philosophy that consciousness is the ultimate ground of the reality, and it is called as Brahman. That Brahman is the ultimate cause of the reality. It is Brahman that is the principle of consciousness which can explain the entire case. How is it possible? In Sankhya system it is said that what is material, that is not conscious, and what is Purusha, that is not active. That means we should have a single entity that can be both conscious and active. And that is Brahman. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. Sat, Chit, Ananda. This appears to be the three principles. Sat, truth, Chit, consciousness, Ananda, that is bliss, Anandam, that is infinite. And all these qualities are in one entity, single entity. Whatever is truth, that is conscious, that is blissful, and that is infinite. This combination is possible in a single entity, that is Brahman. But still there is a problem. Whether Brahman is manifested as the universe or not. Ramanuja said, yes, Brahman, the entire creation, the world, is the manifestation of Brahman. Brahma Parinam Pada. This is a great theory of Ramanuja. But Shankara said, Brahma Vibhartavada. It appears to be many by Maya, by illusion, by your ignorance, but the reality is only one, that is Brahman. So again we are confused whether Shankara is correct or Ramanuja is correct, whether transcendental entity as Brahman is correct or the manifestation aspect of Brahman is correct. So here we shall go with Vedantri Maharshi, who is giving a very unique theory that we should go with that entity which is both transcendent and immanent, who is both transcendent like Shankara and immanent like Ramanuja. So that can be only space. Space is that entity which can be transcendent, it can transcend everything, and it is immanent in everything. It is inside and it is outside. I am giving an example. Suppose there is a balloon, and there is space in the balloon or air in the balloon, and there is air outside the balloon. So can we say that as the balloon is moving or flying, the air inside the balloon is also moving or flying? It appears to be. You see, the air in the balloon is in the balloon. There is a coverage. And there is outside air or space. Can you say, as this balloon is moving, the air inside the balloon is moving? It appears to me, but it is not the case, because the inside air and the outside air are one and the same. I am giving another example. Suppose you are sitting on the sea beach. You see, there are three types of visitors. One can see only the waves, and he is satisfied with the waves, because he has gone for that to see the beautiful waves, and he is taking photographs. Another visitor is looking at the silent ocean, the silent sea, where there is no waves at all. But the third person is there who is perceiving both the waves and the silent ocean, the silent sea. So that is called transcendence. So that is possible when we shall go with the level of consciousness. Level of consciousness. So, according to Newton I am not a science student, excuse me if I am wrong. He said that yes, objects are there, fragmentally, there are fragmented objects are there, and there is no mediator between two objects. That means the space is the total vacuum, that is the empty space, there is nothing else between two objects. That is called actions in distance. Two objects interact upon each other, and the objects are responsible for that. But Einstein said, no, that between two objects or between any objects, there is space filled with energy, and because of that, there is interaction. And if you take this, suppose I can see you only because there is not a block in the space. The space is so transparent so that I can see you. If there is some particles or blocks will be created between you and me, my sound will not reach you, and I can see you. So between two objects there is space and that is working. But Vedanta Maharishi says that space has some qualities, some features, and the basic feature of the space is that it is self-compressive. Space is self-compressive, and because of that compression, it creates the particles, the smallest particles, the dust. Out of the dust, the entire universe has been created. From the dust, we have got the entire possible manifestation of the universe. So it is possible only because the dynamism of the space is not passive, space is active. So it is space that is transcendent and that is immanent. It is space that is self-compressive as well as comprehensive, that it is not localized. It is everywhere, it is all there. It is inside the balloon and it is outside the balloon. Even all the planets and galaxies, they are floating in the space. That means beyond the possible visualized universe, there is space. So space may be visible or may not be visible. The space that may be condensed and that may be flexible. The space may be formless and the space may take a form. So we have to understand the unmanifest and the manifest aspect of space. So that is a beautiful philosophy, and there is no problem in accepting this philosophy. I agree with this great vision, and those who are propagating this philosophy. This is a great thing, and it is very scientific. When we speak of Brahman, it may be speculation, because there is another philosophy to contradict it. If we go with Shankara, that is Ramanuja's stance, to contradict this philosophy. If we go with pluralism, dualism is the contradiction, monism is the contradiction. But this is space, and yes, I forget one thing. And another feature of Vedantic philosophy is that is self-transformation. Education is transformation. Science should be transformative by nature. Philosophy should be transformative by nature. If we do not transform day by day, then we cannot claim that we are educated. Similarly, there is transformation in space. Similarly, there is transformation in mind. Similarly, there is transformation in spirituality. So we are having our best versions day by day. There are many things to say how mind is created, what is the genetic center that is called soul, how karma is created, how one mind affects another mind. All these things can be discussed, but time is limited. Thank you. Thank you.
There are a few remarks about the lecture, and then we will invite one or two questions, clarification from the speaker. As rightly said by Pramod, Dr. Pramod, our heart lies at plurality. on the intellectual rights unity. That's a problem between us. Because on the heart, this temple looks beautiful. That state is very beautiful. This is a good garden. This is a good structure. All heart. But for intellectual, there is also bricks. This is also a brick. This is also a brick. The base is the same. So, the heart likes the plurality, but the intellect likes the unity. So, his point is that finally, the unity, Vedanti Maharishi has found it in calling the divinity as the space. Because even in the former case, formally, Sankhya philosophy, they call it Purusha and Prakriti. So they use the word and. But Maharishi is what? Prakriti, Purusha, not and. Purusha transformed into Prakriti. That's the point he is making. Only Purusha exists, it transforms into Prakriti. And that unity which Swamiji has brought in calling space as God, so it's a great step. And he said, with open mind, I accept Vedanti Maharishi's that vision. For that, it's a great thing. That we are happy that the philosopher from such a distance, he has seen the crux of Vedanti Maharishi's philosophy, and he has conveyed that to us who are very nearby here. So thank you very much. One or two clarifications. Questions to the speaker?
If
Yeah, if there is a question.
if it is clear, that's all.
தமிழக நான் டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணுறேன். ஏதாச்சும் சந்தேகம் இருக்கா?
No question.
Purusha and Prakriti in Tamil.
புருஷா
And Prakriti. Tamil.
தமிழ்ல என்னன்னு கேக்குறாங்க.
புருஷா அண்ட் பிரகிருதி அப்புறம் தமிழ்
Universal language. Purusha is Purusha itself. Prakriti is Prakriti.
Consciousness का तमिल जो लग consciousness का तमिल वर्ड क्या है?
In Tamil, for Purusha we say Uttama Purushan. Purusha insect Tamil
चेतना
Uttama Purushan. Prakriti means Shakti. Shakti. Purusha is Shivam. Shivam. Prakriti is Shakti. Okay, good. He says, what is the Tamil word for Purusha and Prakriti?
Can I have a word?
Yeah, sure.
Prakriti, Tamil, இயற்கை. Prakriti. Prakriti na பிரகிருதி அப்படின்னா இயற்கை. இப்போ இயற்கைன்னா என்ன கூட கேட்கலாம். பொதுவா நம்ம தமிழ்ல இயற்கையை பஞ்சபூதங்கள். இப்போ பஞ்சபூதங்களை கேட்க மாட்டேங்கிறீங்கன்னா தெரிய முடியும் இல்ல. புருஷான்னா உயிர் அல்லது பிராணா அல்லது சக்தி. பிரகிருதி கண்ணுக்கு தெரியும், புருஷன் கண்ணுக்கு தெரியாது. கண்ணுக்கு தெரியாத அந்த சக்தி கண்ணுக்கு தெரிகிற இயற்கையை இயக்குகிறது. அதனால பார்க்கிறோம். பார்க்கறதால இயற்கைக்கு முக்கியத்துவம் கொடுக்கிறோம், பார்க்காத புருஷாக்கு முக்கியத்துவம் கொடுக்கிறோம். ஆக இந்த சயின்ஸ் அண்ட் பிலோசபி மீட் அப்படின்றாங்கல்ல, அது எப்பன்னா பிரகிருத்தியும் புருஷாவும் சந்திக்கிறது தான் அந்த மீட். ஓகே, இதெல்லாம் ஒரு பேருக்கு தான். ரஜினிகாந்த் நயன்தாரான்னு சொல்லுவாங்க.
Dr. Pramod explained very nicely, sir. And we can't forget the example of balloon. Inside there, outside there. And being the marine science department, I won't forget the waves, what you told. கடலில் போயிட்டு கடல் அலையை பார்க்கணும் இருக்காங்க, அமைதியான இடத்தையும் பார்க்கணும். Both things are the same. Like that, we have to see the space gravity concept. Excellent explanation.
Any other questions?
A brief note about the physics and metaphysics.
What?
That's next one.
Brief.
Sir, Purusha and Prakriti is Sanskrit word. The Sakya யோகால வருது. புருஷாங்கிறது வந்து இந்த உலகத்துக்கு தலைவன்னும், பிரகிருதிகள் வந்து உயிர்கள்னும், அந்த புருஷா வந்து எந்த குணமற்றவன் நிறமற்றவன், அவன் வந்து அது என்ன ஸ்படிகம் போன்றவன், நம்ம சார்ந்து இருக்கிறத பற்றி அதன் வழியாக நம்மளுடைய குணங்கள் இருக்குது அப்படிங்கிறது சாங்கிய யோகத்தில் ஒரு வரி.
She says, Purusha is primordial, and Prakriti is, can we call it Jiva? Prakriti, can we call that as Jiva? She says.
The Jagat, the world.
The word, yeah, can we call this?
No, that is not the way. The point is, the entire reality can be understood by many principles, or two principles, or one principle. If we go with the two principles, then you have to accept two principles. One is consciousness, and the other is unconsciousness. Number one. Second thing is, one is active, and the other is inactive. Purusha is the limitation of Sankhya system. Sankhya system is a great system. I go with the Gaddafi worship. Why? This is the reason. Purusha is conscious, but not active. You see the limitation. You are conscious. You are consciously guiding your child, but you yourself is not active. Nobody will follow you. Similarly, another principle is very much active, but it is blind. It has no consciousness. Vedanti Maharshi says, we need one single entity which can be both conscious as well as active. Shankara also said that is Brahman, but there is problem in Brahman, I told. So we shall go with the space, because it has scientific grounding. Brahman may be speculative, therefore there is opposition. Okay? But there is no politics in space. Space is politically free. Space is empirically valid. Space is available in us, outside us. I gave an example that I can see you only because there is transparent space between us. If there is cloudy space or dusty space, I cannot see you properly. Okay? And the balloon example, sir, you gave, I said, oh, just 1 minute, sir. Sir, 1 minute. Regarding the balloon example, the space inside the balloon is equal with the space outside the balloon. But that does not mean the space inside the balloon is meaningless. Because the seller, the seller who is selling the balloon, he is selling the pursuit only. If the balloon will be crushed, then it has no value. Just I handed over the balloon, then the risk is yours. I got 10 rupees. Okay? So and the child is becoming happy with that false appearance of the balloon. But the wise man, the Vedantian philosophers, the lovers, they can understand the metaphysics. This is a child, therefore he is interested in this balloon. But I am interested in the balloon, the air outside the balloon, the vastness of balloon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
To repeat what he said in a nutshell, to repeat for the sake of the audience, he says, the Sankhya philosophy, when they say Purusha and Prakriti, they put things in the two compartments, Purusha and Prakriti. But he says, you can't have Purusha without action. So Prakriti must also be there.
Yes.
And you can't have Prakriti alone without consciousness. So both must go together. You can't have motion without an order in the motion. Is it not? When I am moving,
Yes.
I am moving,
Yes.
but also I am moving where to go. So the consciousness and the energy have to be in the one compartment. That's what he says. That's what Vedanti Maharaj has done it. He has put Purusha and Prakriti in space.
In space, yes.
Not in Brahman.
Not
he
in
says,
Brahman.
even if we say Brahman, again the word is said, where is the Brahman? And what is that? And it is not a word in science. I cannot make it to science. But when I say space, I can go to science.
Yes.
Because science already knows.
It is empirical.
Yes. That is why we are able to book in space, is it not? I can't put the title as God. Then science will not accept that book.
Yes.
I have put purposely space. I have to put that as God, gravity, and a dark energy. That is true, but science will not accept that. So Maharishi has put the two things in the same compartment, but did not use the word Brahman, but he has used the word space. And that is his greatness.
Yes.
Okay.
One sentence, only one sentence. Even not time, because time lost cannot be regained. You cannot have this day again in your life. This time is lost means it's gone, but space is never lost. That is another point. Time is not the primordial, space is time. There are four elements there in space: time, matter, consciousness, and the third one is
Energy.
time, space, mass,
Space, time, mass, energy.
Time, matter, and energy.
and energy. And not time, space.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Very enlightening speech. Though he was a philosophy professor, he came down to our level. That is really great. Then we have the next philosopher from Orissa, Om Narayana Rao. He is going to talk on metaphysics. Somebody asked us on metaphysics. Please.
Namaskar. Respected Chair, Professor Ramanujam Sir, Dr. Madhavan Sir, the man behind this seminar, co-speaker Dr. Pramod Das, my well-wisher, I met him yesterday, but became a very good friend, Sri Narasimha Rao Garu, Professor Srinivasan, and also I remember the good work of Prakashji and others individually think I am addressing you, I am taking your name, all Vedatrians. So it's a great opportunity for me to speak on Vedatrian philosophy. Let's see how it goes. So I have come up with a title, Search for Metaphysics, Underlying Physical Reality, with reference to Sri Vedatri Maharishi's model. Now somebody was asking from the back, I could see him. He was inquiring about metaphysics. Well, it's a good time. We have forgotten metaphysics. To start with, the very first line which I have written in my paper also, it is by Henry Margano, who says, why bother about metaphysics when there is enough physics? The scientists, they are least concerned about metaphysics, they are most concerned about physics. They say, lot is given to us, why think about what is not, that is seen, that is not known? Okay, why to ponder about something that you have not come across? You have lot of things to see, why don't you ponder on those? So this is the position taken by the scientists. But of late, even in the scientific world, the people, the scientists they have come up with a viewpoint that metaphysics is the force that cannot be ignored. Even from the standpoints of Western science it is coming up. And Vedantian model is a model which has its basis in metaphysics rather than in science. Because it is the defining force that says that it is the primordial space that defines everything. Whatever we see, it is the manifestation of that one and the one primordial space. I am not talking about the transformation, but I can see in Vedantian philosophy a sort of manifestation from something that is unmanifest. So Vedanta is a visionary who saw both the unmanifest in the primordial space and the manifest in the physical world. The problem with the scientists is they see the manifested world, forget about the unmanifest. The problem with the philosophers, the thinkers, is they focus on the metaphysics, they lose the physical world and they become just confined to the search. But you see in Vedanta Maharishi, he is a visionary who can move from the unmanifest space to the manifest world, and from the manifested world he can again move back to that unmanifested space. Because he has a clear realization that the source from which we have all come out, the entire world has come out, it is the same source to which we all will go back again. The entire world again will go back again to that primordial space. So see the metaphysics in the Vedantian model. The source is one, and the goal to which we all are moving, the entire cosmos is moving, is one. The source and the goal, they are one, and that is that primordial space which we can see in the model of Sri Vedanti Maharishi. Now, when we talk of the philosophers, the thinkers, the people like us, we keep on searching. We are all confined with searching. And it's a great task, I say, because we are very poor in the sense, because what we search, the people from the platform of science, they come and say it is ours. And we just simply get ourselves confined to the search. The day we say we have searched, the people will say you are no more philosophers, you are no more thinkers. So somebody has said, defined philosophy or the metaphysical thinkers as something, the people who are confined with the search. So it is something, it is defined something like this. The metaphysicians, the thinkers are the people, they keep on searching. What they search? They search for a black cat in a dark room where there is none. So the metaphysicians, the philosophers, they keep on searching for a black cat in a dark room where there is none. But Vedantian Maharishi says no. There is an assumption, there is one. So that is the basis. There is a search, and from the search, there comes the physical world. So with this light, let me start focusing on Vedanti Maharishi. What is that? Making a divide between science and philosophy, making a divide between physics and metaphysics,